Haven't talked about it for a while. So, well, we got 100 folks watching, and there's probably about 1,500 people that are going to watch this over the course of the week, and so I can only assume that everybody is stuck around and watches this portion, okay? So, germination, y'all, there is a saying out there, and I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody by any means, but it's KISS. Do y'all know what that stands for? It says, keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Keep it simple. Keep it as simple as possible. In all of these instructional videos and all the advice that I'll ever give, what I've done is over the course of my 25-year plus cultivation career, the trial and error that I've gone through, along with the, establishing the autoflower movement and being integral and talking about pot and seeing people's grows and all that kind of stuff. That's how I get to these, these things. And I try to eliminate as many places, opportunities, and ways for something to go wrong or for us to apply that inherent human error that's always going to be present. Okay? One of those things is germinations. Y'all, stop making it too hard. Stop using paper towels. Okay? You can put them in the pot if you want to. You can sow them directly in there. Cool. Again, this is after years and years and years and years of trying every known germination method that there was and coming to root riots and a seedling starter kit kept at 78 to 83 degrees for 3 to 5 days is the easiest way to do it. And it eliminates a lot of the issues that people have with germination and getting their seeds to pop. And it's not hard. You don't need to overcomplicate it, okay? You take the root riot cube, you put it in the slot in the seedling starter kit. You put the seed in the hole. You don't pre-soak the cube. You don't do anything to the seed. You don't wet it down. You don't do any of that stuff. Okay? You take it out of the bag. You take the seed. You put it in the pre-drilled holes. It comes with a hole for you to put the seed in. You put it down about 1/4 of an inch, and you put the top on it to keep the humidity up. Okay? Keep it at 7. This is the key here, folks. That whatever germination method that you choose, proper moisture level and temperature, stable temperature, are the two absolute largest factors when it comes to germination and propagation of cannabis seeds, okay? That maintaining the proper moisture levels and more importantly, maintaining the proper temperatures it's paramount. It's of paramount importance, okay? And so, what you want to do, and that's so knowing that, so what we know that these parameters, that the proper moisture levels and the proper temperatures, stable temperatures, are going to give us the best chances for success. These are from documented scientific journals and research and actual experiments that people have done, that we know what the proper parameters are. The easiest way to get those parameters is by using a root riot cube or similar style. I just use root riots. You can use rapid rooters. You can use the Floraflex 4 to 40 plugs. Whatever propagation cube that you want to use, you can. In fact, I have one handy. One of these, okay? One of these. I like to use the one that's got the clear plastic. It's got 3 parts. It's got this, it's got this, it's got this. Oh, it's rare that I don't actually have root riots as well to show y'all. Okay, but I can do a little demonstration. We got one right here. Root riot cube. Take the root riot cube out of the bag. Put it in the slot that's provided. Take your seed. Put it in the pre-drilled hole right there. Make sure your vents are closed at top. Okay. Close it up 78 to 82, 83 degrees. Keep it stable. You don't want a bunch of variances in your variability in your temperature when you're trying to germinate seeds, okay? And so that's gonna put it in a place that's gonna have constant and stable temperatures. Now, one of the things that I've been seeing folks do is that I'll ask somebody, hey, well, what are your temperatures and humidity inside your seedling starter kit? And somebody will say it's 76 and 60% humidity. Well, I know that that's not the case, or something is very, very wrong. because it should be 78 to 82, 83, and 90% humidity or above. Okay, so you can get yourself a little tiny little thermometer, hygrometer, a little sensor that reads temperature and relative humidity. Put that inside here. Okay, put that in here, and wherever you've got it, wherever you're putting it, put that little thing. Or if it's a sensor from a AC Infinity or something, take it and you can run it through this little top hole here. Okay, you want to be measuring the environmental inputs inside that. Okay, and if you've got it between 78 and 82 and 90% humidity stable for 3 to 5 days, you're going to have 95% or better germination rate. Okay, this has been happening. I've been using this method for almost 15 years. I don't know, something like that. And it's all time over all strains, all crosses, all breeders, all different cultivars. A 95% or better germination rate is what you're going to get. Okay, and you want to have light. You do want to have a little bit of light. Okay. The inside that root riot cube, it's dark. Okay, your seeds don't germinate in the dark. They germinate with a light source above them and down below the ground, which is going to be inside that root riot cube. Okay, that's going to be dark. If you've got a shell that's stuck on if you've got a helmet that's stuck on, spritz it with water, with plain water. Okay, get that shell soft. Get an X-Acto knife and some tweezers and maybe a magnifying glass so you can see it, and very carefully cut it and try to remove it. Pry it open, get you a couple pair of tweezers, and very gently try to remove it. Okay, again, spritzing it with water will help, and it'll help soften that shell up. Okay, so again, if you're having issues with germination and you're not using the method that I just described, try it out. Okay, I understand, folks, that a lot of us, especially folks that have been growing for a long time, I did it this way for forever and it's always worked. And I understand, and that's great. And there's a lot of things in this, hobby, in this industry that we do, and that our plants, because they're very hardy, they grow in spite of what we do to them. Okay, not because of it. All right. And so in this case, for many reasons. Okay, one of the reasons that not using the paper towel method. There's a video, and I wish I could find it. I should probably go try to find it. It's a macro shot of what happens to the fibrous root hair, the cilial root hairs. They're the tiny feeder roots that come off your main root, your tap root that has your root crown or root cap on it. Okay, you've got tiny little hairs that they eventually turn into feeder roots. Okay, that these are the roots that the hyphae from mycelium was going to attach to, all this kind of stuff, right? And it shows what happens on a microscopic level whenever you take that paper towel and you think you're just taking the seed and removing it. You don't feel anything. There's no resistance. If you've ever left one in there too long, you can see the taproot will get intertwined into that paper towel. What's happening is that on a microscopic level, all of those feeder roots have already started to go into that paper towel. Okay? Well, whenever you put that seed up, it has ripped all of those off and has to start again. Remember with autoflowers that what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure you don't stress it out, make sure that you don't cause it to have to do anything that it normally wouldn't in its normal life cycle, like repairing damage, anything like that. And that starts with the seed. So whenever you have a root riot cube, all those hairs and all those things are going to go into the right places, and they're going to be in the right, they're going to do the right things, okay? And you have a lot less chance of doing damage and or causing a point where you're going to mess up, okay? So, root riot cubes, seedling starter kit, keep them 78 to 82 degrees for 3 to 5 days. You'll have 95% or better, all right? And again, measure those inputs inside your seedling starter kit, all right? So,